Judy, yeah, for you, does size matter? Like, what's the ideal size for a female?
A good vagina should have this grip. If the muscles inside the vaginal walls are loosening and there's no grip, there's no way the man will enjoy it.
What I consider big may not be big for someone else. What I consider small or average size may not be like that for someone else. And it goes both ways because as penises have sizes, so are vaginas.
True. Beyond the myths and misconceptions surrounding sexual pleasure, what is the real truth? Join us today on another episode of the Bedroom Dialogue, where we discuss a very interesting yet intriguing topic, which is, does size matter in sexual satisfaction? I am Petra Ode, and I am delighted to have you here today. I am with guests in the building, but we'll be introducing them right after the break. Do not go anywhere. We will be right back. Welcome back. This is still the Red Room Dialogue, a show where we delve deep into the intricacies of love, sex, marriage, and relationship. Our topic remains, does size matter in sexual health? Like I said earlier, we have guests in the building, and our first guest is a man. He is a serial entrepreneur and a seasoned life coach. His name is G. Day. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
I was trying to get your surname, but I'm sorry, that skipped my head. Do you know what again?
Brymo. Really sexy.
And I have a crush on you. I'm sorry. But then future Mrs. Brymo incoming. Don't worry. We're good. Listen, over to the ladies, madam. Please don't sack me. Over to the ladies. Yeah, we have a business mogul in the building. We have a media entrepreneur. Her name is Olutayo Oyeniro. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Petra. I feel so amazing to be here again. I was just here a couple of weeks ago. It feels good to be back.
You look beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
She always does this bold look thingy, and I respect you for that. It's pretty. Call me. Yeah, I'm gonna call you. The last but not the least, but last on the list at the moment, is also an OAP and also an entrepreneur. I have a lot of entrepreneurs here with me, but which is a blessing because I can just go and borrow money and come back. But her name is Agogo Ayana Go. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Petra, for having me on the show. And before I go too far, no, I will not borrow you anything. Sorry, we're in Nigeria.
I feel offended, but that's fine. So no shades. So let's delve deep, straight up into the conversation. Does size matter in sexual satisfaction? Let's start with the man. What does size really matter? Is it even a matterable something? Does it really matter?
The simple answer is yes.
It does.
I believe it does.
Why does it? I'm coming back to the two of you. So you just have your answers, straight for me. Why do you think it matters in sexual satisfaction?
Okay, there are a few reasons, but I'll mention two. First of all, for a man, if you have a big penis, gives you this confidence. While you're talking to a lady, it's different. But guys with, I imagine, lower penis, there'll be. I think they're the type of guys who just go ahead and send a woman 2 million naira, during talking stage to make up for something.
Judy, are you saying that if as a man you send me 2 million naira, then you don't have a large penis? Is that what you're saying?
Well, me personally, yeah.
Taya, what do you think about this?
Okay, my chest is beating really fast. But yeah, I second Jide over here. The simple answer to that is yes. size does matter when it comes to sexual satisfaction.
There is a certain glow that came with you answering that question. You
What's
just
up?
glowed up.
What's happening?
Don't worry, we're coming back to
She's
you.
talking from experience.
I
come
can
on.
see.
Mhm.
How about you? Does size really matter for you?
I mean, look at me, I'm big already. So, first of all, I love size.
Go girl.
It's not easy, maintain it. Hello, decorum. Thank you very much. But then, like I said, yeah, yes and no. Size matters, it doesn't matter. My no comes from what you said, Judy.
Okay.
When a man has a big penis, they are confident. Sir, no.
Okay,
I
so
met guys. No, there was a guy I actually met.
with a
and
small penis and he's very confident.
oversized, big, oversized, and he was like lamenting. I have no idea where the conversation started from, how we got there, but he was doing this exercise, and you could see evidence. And he's like, he can't get a girl because
It's
his
too
penis is
big.
too big, and they keep complaining that. Me, I was not like, should I give you advice or should I not give you advice? Because me, you're talking to me, I don't even know what to tell you now. I've not gone down that path at that time. So I had nothing to explain to him. He was not like, I said, well, bros, for me, something looks very dangerous. So I know I grew up in a very funny environment where we are the worry, I go die people, but this one,
You run.
I run.
So just
I run.
But we're talking.
wanted.
All of this is based on percentage, really. You know, the percentage of.
No, you said.
Or we'll put it. We'll put it in two ways. We're not talking of penis that's too big or anyone that's too small or something. Just big and small.
small. Yeah.
All right. I think I want to just, sorry to cut you. I think I want to just chip something in. When it comes to sizes, or whenever people discuss sizes, either from the male's perspective or the female's perspective, let's not forget that size is very relative. What I consider big may not be big for someone else. What I consider small or average size may not be like that for someone else. And it goes both ways, because as penises have sizes, so are vaginas.
True.
And you cannot say outrightly that this is what I'm going to get. You know, going into a relationship, you cannot predict until you
Well, I think
actually
you
get.
You can ask when you
you
get to a certain
A
stage. You
lot of
have
people,
to ask.
a lot
have
of
to
people
touch.
don't. A
No,
lot
so-
of people don't.
You have
tell
to ask
you.
now, like,
No, you can't
madam,
touch
is your
now.
vagina?
No,
wet?
I mean,
if
you
I
can't
have any
touch
doubt,
now.
shall we touch?
But you can't touch the vagina. How the hell am I going to know?
Oh, yeah, right,
Okay.
right.
You know, it's a conversation that is a little bit sensitive, because it's not
Yeah.
everybody that would probably come out in the open, even when you ask and tell you I am this, or XYZ. You get so still based on the size being relative from one to another. What is the ideal size? Yeah. So, I'm going to ask this question. Since you're the male, I'll ask you from the female point of view. Like,
Okay.
for you, having sex with women, what's like the ideal size? Because I mean, vagina has sizes, as she has said.
Yes.
You know, and then I'm going to ask the female also from the male point of view. So just so we get to understand from different perspectives. So, Tayo, since you're the one that popped this question,
Why do you have to
yeah,
call my
I have
name
to, because
first?
you're being impressed. You took the question out of my mouth, so
Okay.
I'm sorry. What is like the ideal size? You know, standard that if you collect this one, 2, you're in cloud 9. So yeah.
Okay. With due respect to everyone's sizes. Please don't quote me on this one. With due
Okay.
respect to everyone's sizes, I think 6 inches is nice. Is good enough. If you have a 6 inches, is good enough. I won't say for me personally, I'm just generalizing here. If you have a 6 inches, is good enough.
When
As
it's,
a woman, if your man is 6 inches,
When it's turned on, yeah.
yes, on
When
erection, yes,
when is erect?
Is it
yes,
when it's sleeping?
6 inches is good. But if you are a longer throat person,
Like you.
please don't put words in my mouth. Becca.
I felt that just now.
Do not put words in my mouth.
Ouch.
If you are a longer throat person,
Like,
then we can now say 7, 8. When you're approaching 9, that's a shade you. You are doing too much.
You know,
You are just doing too much.
I'm gonna have the kind of
6,
face.
7, 8.
6, 7, 8 for you. I'm gonna have a certain kind of face. Like when you said 6, you're like, like I'm a 6 is 6 4, 6 4. I got the your own size.
Seems like the way we are going to have to go out behind camera and have a lot of conversation. But are you asking me personal or general?
Well, whichever way you want to answer from.
Generally,
generally, what's it to you?
It's not here that you
It's
want
a general
let family
personal
members
question.
come and look for me.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
So I think I saw a study that says the average sizes. I think they did a study on ladies, the sizes they like, and majority of them went with 6 inches.
Okay.
But I could see some that also went for 7 or 8.
Okay.
Some went for 4. But then at that point I was thinking, I don't get what's the difference in the inches and this thing. And then while we're even talking about sizes, we're talking about the inches. What about the width? That's also another kind of size. Why somebody can have a 6-inch penis, but the width is could be like a banana stuff.
Wow.
Or you could
Banana, pencil.
forgive me. It
Have
was
you
a-
ever had pencil?
Never.
Lucky.
I
you.
say
I
anyway.
haven't been with many
You've
men,
seen
so-
pencil.
Oh, yeah.
You keep seeing these things, Agogo.
I went swimming.
You people were.
Oh, you went swimming.
Underwater, and I was
Oh.
what?
Mommy
Something to
water.
be.
Nice
Oh,
one.
for viewers out there, if you want to see the size
Please
of
don't swim and go down.
Updates.
Just
disclaimer.
Updates.
Disclaimer.
from
Updates.
Agogo's advice, go to the
Avoid.
swimming
No,
pool.
wait. Let me tell you.
Updates.
There's a very popular beach in Delta State. Let's leave it at
If
that.
you
Let's
know,
leave
you
it at
know. Judy,
Yeah.
yeah, for you, does size matter? Like, what's the ideal size for a female?
For like vagina or breast. My bad. I was talking about size. I didn't know we're
Yeah,
limiting
no,
it
but
to
that's
just-
true.
Yeah,
Size
true.
too. Yeah, that is the thing. So please, you can share.
Well, me personally, for the breast, it's okay. Like just the normal cup size.
Look.
Yeah, you understand.
You can,
Yes, that you can grab onto
you don't want
for,
watermelon. You
for
want
support.
like
or, you know.
you want orange.
Yeah,
you want
watermelon is fine. I have nothing against watermelon. It's good for show. You know, people will be like, oh, see what this guy is enjoying. But I want to stay long, live long with, Popo is okay.
Then what of vagina?
Yeah, vagina, generally, like, you guys have this average size that women like when it comes to penis. And for men are not really knowledgeable when it comes to the measurement of the vagina. We just know that, iwaido, or it's too deep, or it's tight, or my penis was just going up and down inside and everything. But according to all the surveys and everything, a normal vagina, when the lady is not turned on, it should be around 3 to 4 centimeters deep. But when she's turned on, it should be 4 centimeters and between 5, almost 5. If anything more than that, but a good vagina should have this grip. If the muscles inside the vaginal walls are loosening and there's no grip, there's no way the man will enjoy it. So for a man, it's actually pretty simple. It should grip and it should be tight.
Judy, I want to ask you a question.
Go on.
Sorry, it's okay for you personally,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
You met different women. Definitely, you're an adult, and it's part of your experience growing up as a young man. Did you ever have opportunity to talk or tell a girl? Maybe for those that are white, did you ever tell them?
Oh, no, never. It's not easy. You can't look at a lady and just tell her your vagina is wide.
Well, you're a sex therapist and you're supposed to be... Okay, have you ever educated... Because this is one thing also that affects us,
Yes.
especially in this part of the world.
Okay.
I didn't until recently have any idea.
But your question was growing up, in my own personal
Yeah.
relationships, have I told any lady? And my answer is no. Professionally, yes.
How did it play
Okay,
out?
good.
Exactly. I'm trying to
No,
get
I would
you.
answer no, yes. Now, when a lady tells you like all these guys, you've had sex with different guys and everything, and they take long before they come, then later they just don't come back. You don't know why. Is something wrong with me? Am I doing something wrong? I give them my all. I'm always really loving and everything. I buy gifts for guys and all that. And then she said some would maybe they've had sex 2-3 times, some 4 times, some once, and they'll never call again. And I told her it's possible that you have a deep vagina.
Oh.
Yes, and they don't know how to tell you. That's the
deep
thing. So
wrong?
no, it's not right. It's not even because usually people think it's because the lady sleeps around a lot and everything. No, as guys have big penis, like oversized penis. Some people have oversized vagina.
It's natural.
It's natural. So there was a lady too. Her vagina is like over wet. I think there's a condition for that. I've forgotten what it's called, but when I remember, I'll let you know. Now she just gets wet too much. It's too much. It's too slippery. So even if the guy is really big, he still won't enjoy it.
Oh.
Yes.
That's a problem?
So are you
Because-
saying that too slippery is a problem and too dry is
Too deep
too
and
deep,
too slippery.
too slippery too is a
Too
problem?
much of anything is bad.
Oh.
If a penis is too big, the lady won't enjoy it. It will be pain. And even the guy won't really enjoy it because it can't go all the way in. It will just have to stop halfway and, so it will be. But if a guy like that meets a girl like that, boom.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Maybe
man.
we should create an app for that.
Right.
Yeah.
That's an idea. I love that idea. I'll be
I have
Make me an
entrepreneurs.
admin. I like
told you
that.
I have entrepreneurs.
So, but basically, for a lady,
Yeah.
for a lady, if you want to, if you want to guess that, okay, sometimes you might try to measure it yourself, right? When a lady finds out that, and why I said, 2-3 times, sometimes your partner, your long-term partner, can last because that emotional connection between both of you is already fading. It's yes. So that it's just being done out of obligation, like I
Married
said
couple?
earlier, especially married couples. So the sex is just there. So that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is if a lady has been with 3-4 guys and she finds out like on the first, second, third encounter they don't come on time, it's not possible for you to meet 5 guys that are that good. 1, 2, when a guy meets a lady for the first time, he's generally excited. So he's expected to come
Yeah.
fast. You understand? That happens a lot. And then come on.
Yeah.
You understand? So you ask yourself that question. Why men don't talk about it is because it sounds mean. Yes.
But I beg to differ. It
Me
doesn't
too.
sound mean. I think maybe you're looking at it from the perspective of the kind of words used.
Okay, how would a guy tell a lady that she has a really deep vagina?
No, I think it should
See, it should come from the angle of education rather than conversation.
Okay,
Yeah.
now
I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, so
I
let
want
me
it-
ask you.
No, I want it to make sense. So I want you to teach me now
I'm
how
sorry,
a
Gigi.
guy should tell a lady that he did not feel anything. So, wow.
This will not even take this way. She might murder
sorry,
you.
guys,
You
sorry.
can't just tell a
So
lady
I
that
know-
I did not feel you are walking on
Sorry,
tight
So
rope.
what am I supposed to say?
So, Jide, you're coming from this because I was even expecting that you come from, the marriage counselor or the relationship therapist point of view.
Okay.
I know you've counseled a lot of people over the years, yeah. So how would you, from a professional point of view,
Okay.
tell a girl that, oh, babe, your vagina is deep or too deep or too wide? How would you tell a girl that? And
How I
you
wish
not-
I can answer that question.
So I think you give your answer, but I'll give mine.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, thankfully I'm a guy, so I can answer from a man's angle. Now, I think what I would do is after the session, and I sit with her, I will ask her, "How was it? Did you enjoy yourself? Did you come? Was it good for you?" You understand? I have to come in from that angle, and from her answer, she was definitely going to say the truth or lie, but it will sound something like, "Oh, I enjoyed it. I had a great time." Then I'll be like, "Well, I did not." And she'll ask me why. Say, "Yeah, I don't know. It just felt like I wasn't really feeling you. So maybe you're not here. Your mind is not here, and that's why you just let it all
And you'll still be alive in that relationship,
I
right?
hope
No,
so.
no, 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 no.
No, because no, let's be frank. Let's be frank. Our Nigerian girls are very emotional. So if
That's why I'm
if you
trying
tell
to
them
come in.
I did not enjoy it,
That's
wahala.
no, you guys are not
And once she
listening.
hears that,
Okay.
when she hears me say, if I, a man, like, how dare you not enjoy this vagina? It's a vagina. You're supposed to enjoy. You're a man. And women just think men are goats or, cocks or
Do you
something.
have feelings?
That would not, like, so once you're in and it's wet, you should enjoy it. No, might just, even the, how will I put it? The pH balance of the vagina might be off. So I might come from there as well. Like, okay, I didn't feel it. It might be because are you like taking medication or something? Because when she asked me, okay, why? It was I didn't feel it's not warm or something. There's no grip. It's like you weren't trying to enjoy it. Or did I do it wrong? Or so that way I've given her some sort of hint.
Okay. But
You
like,
understand?
Sir.
yeah, you're going to say something.
Contrary to popular beliefs, a lot of ladies love being told the truth.
About the vagina.
Hold on,
Okay.
because the way you said it in such a, forget the tone with which you were talking, but you said it in such a demeaning way.
There's no way to say it without it coming out as the meaning.
I'll explain.
Okay.
If I were to be a guy and I, go into a relationship with a lady and God so good or God so not good, I get my wrong, but anyways,
You get to log in.
we have relations, right? And I did not enjoy it, despite me being an average size. I would come from the perspective of education, which I mentioned earlier. Do you know that vagina have sizes? That would be an interesting conversation to start up. Do you know? No, I don't know. Oh, okay. Vaginas have sizes. And what happened here today, I didn't really feel like my size and your size are a good match.
Is that in a relationship?
I met a girl. Follow my story. I met a girl. I'm a guy. I met a girl. And God so good, we get to log in, like Julie said,
Yeah.
and we get to that point where something felt off. I won't say, oh, you're too deep or you're too wide, you're not trying, and it will come off as wrong.
No,
and
I'm
that's
telling
belief gone to your
know
head,
why,
sir.
Okay, listen. You know why I said that? Because first of all, I'm a guy. First of all, and all guys, if you ask them, they will not know how to say it because women are very sensitive.
Then you should freaking learn how to say it.
No, what you just said.
They should learn
what
how
you
to
just
say
said.
it.
Listen to me. What you just said.
Mhm.
What you just said. Fine. It's while it's good. I agree with it, sort of, not completely. And now, because now if I'm done with a lady and I'm like, okay, wow, I like how you said. I think like your vagina and my penis are not a good match. And even now, me saying that, it's coming from me.
It sounds weird.
It sounds weird. What is weird about that?
To me.
Okay, so
No, you said this. She said something like, despite me being an average size. So I'm telling her like, I'm okay. But madam,
It's like you're not okay.
it's like you're not okay.
Oh, okay. So I know we've seen too much of this conversation, which is interesting. But I know we've learned something, and what I've learned from everything you just said now is, emotional intelligence basically matters. You need to be emotionally intelligent to have that kind of conversation with people wherever they are. So let's move to the next question, and it is, we've talked about large penis and all that, yeah. What if the person has a small penis, or a small vagina? But let me come from the male point of view. What person have small vagina? Are there like any techniques that can cover up for?
Oh yes,
like the big for not having a big penis. How does it work?
Your first question before was, does size matter? And I said the simple answer is yes, but that does not mean you cannot be sexually satisfied by someone who has a small penis. There are different techniques there's a lot you can do. There's a whole different things you can do. People are into different things. People have fetishes or something. English is so hard. Fetishes. God, I got it.
Don't worry.
So people have different likes and preferences when it comes to sex. Some people don't even like kissing. I just kiss them too much, like, oh. And some people just kiss their neck. They're halfway there. So the most important thing is what how will I put it? The disadvantage of that popular notion that size matters is that it takes away from the confidence of those who don't really have the average size that is, generally acceptable.
Yeah.
Right? So it takes away from their confidence. They start feeling like, oh, they don't really have much to offer because the size is not. But if they should educate themselves, they will see that there's a lot. In fact, some guys with smaller penises will take their time.
Their sweet time.
Their sweet time to please a lady. Because a guy with bigger penis will just assume that once I log in, she should be fine.
Because it's big,
Because it's big, so it doesn't pay attention to every other part of the sexual experience. But the guy with a smaller penis will be like, okay, I have a lot to make up for, which was why I joked with 2 million naira during talking stage the other time. So apart from that, they are generally more romantic. They'll be sweet to you, kiss your forehead, your neck, everything, and do all of that.
Okay.
And so they do all the can do. Me, I don't do can do. Like, my candle is fine.
Jide has just let us know that he's not a romantic person, but we need to go on a break so that and when we come back from the break, we would break the whole small penis and satisfaction discussion and take it up from there. See you after the break. Welcome back. This is still the Red Room Dialogue, and our topic remains: does size matter in sexual satisfaction? Before we went on the break, Jide was, telling us some things about how small penis can satisfy women, and Taya was also going to say something. So Taya, over to you.
Yes, I said something in the beginning that when it comes to sizes, it is relative.
Yeah.
Different strokes for different folks. And it is very important that before anyone would go into a relationship, they should know what they are looking for, right? For some people, it could just be companionship. For some people, it could just be friendship or security, financial security. Is he able to provide? Is he loving? Is he caring? Some people, they just want downright man of God, which is all fine, by the way. But that said, something that is not really talked about enough, because this size thing causes a lot of issues, especially when you've crossed that marriage or wedding hurdle and you're now in the union and you are hoping to spend the rest of your life with this person. But what marriage counselors in the church, I'm so sorry for bringing this up, people like you would lay it all bare and say, oh, these are the questions, to ask. There was a particular topic we even, had.
Having a list.
Yes, things like that. Things to look out for, the kind of conversations you should have. But it's not still talked about enough. Like Jide rightly said, it is hard for a man to sit down and probably second day or third date and be asking the lady, oh, so what is your vagina size?
It's weird.
It sounds
weird.
crazy, right? And you shouldn't do that. But the conversation should be able to get to that point where you can discuss, oh, do you know that vagina and penises all have sizes? And I would want our sexual compatibility to be on the table as a discussion as well, and not just talking about the finances or where we want to live or how many kids we want to have, So all of these things put together would definitely give birth to, okay, what do we do? Should we get checked? How do we check it? Should we, I don't know, should we sample it? How do we know?
Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that.
Well, it can't work like that. That is what I'm saying.
The thing is, even if it can work like
Okay.
that, now, most times we want the Western world, there's some lifestyles the Westerners actually have that is good, that I like what she said. The Westerners will easily have that conversation. But then come to this, our class, this is the African people, black people. We will not just sit and have a good conversation and say, oh, bros, see you. That's what it be, oh. No,
First of all, you have to understand.
It is our
You have to
culture to
understand
not
what
talk
you're
about
talking
it.
with.
But times are changing.
Yes,
Yeah.
times are changing.
I mean-
this, even with all that, even with if we become more open, and then you just met this person, you guys are still in the talking stage, right? Second date, third, fourth date,
But
and you've
let
not
me
had sex
ask you.
before. So
Let me
now,
ask you.
should the question be? Should that conversation be before you want to have sex?
That's not the
Or
conversation
after?
for
let me
talking
ask
stage.
you.
That's not the conversation
I
for
mentioned
talking
That's what I'm
stage.
talking about. So now, after you've met each other sexually, first time, how do you tell her? How does a guy
You
tell a lady?
don't even need to get to that place before that conversation.
I'm telling you, as a guy, and I'm dating a lady, and I want to get her in bed. You think I'm just going to like these days now?
That's why she said your relationship. You heard what she said. Some just want to define the relationship. Are we going for a relationship or this? Let's know where we are.
And you think the person will be honest?
If
You
the
think-
relationship is going somewhere, if the relationship have a lot of tangibles,
Yeah, let's say it's heading for marriage. You have to have the
that
conversation.
can sustain.
I already
lifetime.
gave you a way to sort of tell, like for ladies to sort of tell. Me, I'm working with reality here, not
I'm working with reality.
No, what you're working with, what you hope would
No,
be the norm
no.
later on, and I hope
I'm
it becomes
working
that.
with
No,
reality.
I hope we get there. I
Do
hope
you
it's
know that there are some men who are open to conversations like this? I mean,
Yeah, same as women.
Yes,
talk.
yes.
Same
I
as
don't like
women.
that.
I actually
I
have
am-
this
I am
conversation.
one reality.
Listen,
I am
no,
one reality.
I'm not saying that it's not there. Let me
Okay.
explain it. You meet a girl, like you're a guy. You meet a girl. This lovely, nice lady. You just want to get to know her. And then she comes to you like, okay, she does not want to have like Nigeria, Africa, and everything. She does not want to have this talk about sex yet.
Well,
But you guys have not
when you are
gotten to
not
that
mad,
stage. See?
Tell yourself
when you
the
are
truth.
not mad
See,
in
now-
this 21st century.
Wait, hold
anything.
on. This is what I'm saying. Hang on.
Okay.
I'm saying it's hard to have that kind of conversation before you guys have sex.
It's not hard.
I don't
Listen,
think I disagree
You know why?
with you.
You know why? No, okay, you take her on a date, right? You take her on a date. You guys are getting to know each other. It's a lovely evening. You understand? She gets in your car. You take her to her apartment. She tells you, hey, you want to come in? You just go in.
I would say no. I don't want to come nowhere.
You are a lady. You can't say you don't want to come nowhere.
But
I'm
it's
saying
a
if I am
personal
in
preference,
the
yeah.
guy's position, we go on a date, was cool, we had a nice
You are a lady. You cannot know how it feels to be a guy.
I think-
because I'll tell you why. No, for women now, it's easy for women to get sex, and that is why it's very easy for women to say no to sex. For men, it's different. Yes, it's easy for women to say no. To say if you
to
pick up,
get sex. Is
yes, to get sex. If you pick up your phone now, there are at least 10 guys waiting patiently, some 5 years ago, some maybe recently. So just tell them like, oh, I'm lonely and I'm bored. You will create time this evening.
Well,
For a guy,
You're right.
if a guy is, of course, if a guy wants to do that, it will be different. It will have to maybe wine and dine her, make her feel good, put her in this mood where she'll be like, okay, I think I'm going to fuck this guy. So it's not the same. I'm telling you, it doesn't work like that.
Just before I forget this, Judy, you were going to say something about you giving hints on how to know. Now, there was a particular conversation I was having with someone, and then I've also heard it from a lot of places that they say they can determine, like, as a lady, you can tell how big a guy is with his hands, and then even for females, you get to see, I don't know, this.
Yeah, you do this.
Putting hand on the
Measure,
throat. So
yeah.
how true is that? And is it because there are
It's
some
a
guys
myth.
that I've seen,
exactly.
It's a myth.
I'm
So that's
tired
like
of
all the
this.
myth,
It's
right?
It's
like
a
back
myth.
then when they'll say a kid until your hand
Yeah.
touches before you can.
But your hands
that's,
still in touch anyways. Just continue though.
It's the shirt is tight.
terrible.
It's a myth.
Yeah.
It's a myth.
So it's not real because I mean I've seen some guys that like really have short fingers. My hands are short, but then really short. And then when you see what is beneath the
Baby,
But
you've been
that's
seeing
no,
things.
what
Oh
you're
my
saying
God.
now. No, what you're saying now,
Thank you. Before I met you.
What I learned was
Okay,
actually
it's all in
the
the
reverse of what you're saying right now.
Exactly.
What the things I heard is if the guy's hand is small and slim, they usually have big manhood.
It's all a
And
myth.
so it's not like you're trying to find out if
No, I know what I
your
have.
body, you know what you have.
See,
I'm
it's
trying to see what
What's
you
the correlation, right?
The reason
Yeah, I
I said
think
it's a
so.
myth because there are a lot of myths surrounding sex
Mm.
and satisfaction and intercourse and all of that. Because I've also heard if a guy is tall and very slim,
Yes, they
that
have.
they have
Oh, I
and
know
it's
that.
Very
not
alive.
big
Yes, that is
and
correct.
that.
Well, the guy that
you
was
can
talking to
see-
that time
you
was
can
very
see
short.
agutasholo. That's what my people used to call it, like straight, long, fine-looking man, and what is beneath the belt is nothing to write home about. So it's all a myth.
Right, but I think the ones with really fat men. I'm sorry, but I think the one with really fat men
It's true.
are like
It's true.
correct. They always have, like,
Because how would I put it? That I had a fun conversation with someone about this, and she was asking me why do fat men have small penises, and I gave a very primary answer. I said because of the size of the belly, it pulls on the skin
That's the same thing
and shrinks
I
it
actually think.
back in. I think I'm right.
Are we wrong?
It's a myth. It's because I heard that if you gym, like you have muscles, your chest, and you're all
That your
fit.
penis will shrink.
Yes, I've also heard that too.
I don't think
So
that's
it's all a
because
myth.
I watched swimmers.
That is
I watched
not true.
swimmers
That
doing
is so true.
we watched swimmers.
But it's because they
and,
believe, those that go to the gym, they're trying to make up for something.
We watch
so they
swimmers.
just assume
we watch
that
swimmers.
for him
Let's
to
not
to
go
the
too
gym
far.
And
If you want to know, watch swimmers. Like
See,
when they're
I'm not gonna go watch
just-
swimmers.
not you
I'm a
and
guy.
her.
It's
I'm
easy for
just
a guy to
saying.
see. It's just like the way that a guy can easily see a woman with big boobs and small boobs and everything. It's also impossible for a guy to be able to tell a lady that has a deep vagina or a wide vagina. And I need to, how will I put it, stress this. A lady having a wide or big or deep vagina does not mean she's promiscuous. No, does not mean she sleeps around. It might just be her size. You understand? All she needs to do is find, how will I put it, when she meets a partner, she should find the guy that has the size that fits.
that fits her vagina.
There is also something. Sorry, AG. There is also something they call Kegel exercises.
Yes.
So
that
if you
helps.
have like a bigger size as a lady, you could contrast or is it contract
It's a safe space, don't worry.
your muscles. And then that place becomes tighter. And please, let's not forget, it is not just the, private areas when it comes to sexual satisfaction. Some people don't like big lips. Some people don't like
big boobs,
flat ass.
or flat boobs.
Because when you're having a sexual intercourse, it's not just the penis and the vagina at work.
True.
Your fingers are moving. Your chest is rubbing against the other person.
Oh, hallelujah.
They want to grab onto something. Some ladies don't like slim guys because they will be like, there's nothing to grab. There's
They're
nothing
like
to hold
broomstick.
on
I
to.
mean, you hold them and it's just bones.
There are some very petite ladies that prefer like very big pot-bellied guys. Because they feel
Sugar
like,
daddy.
teddy bear, like I have something to grab onto. So it's not
Is that what
just,
you like?
please.
Let's not
Yes,
get
ma'am.
into this.
Just get a teddy bear for God's sake. I mean, get the man
just
to exercise.
let me ask here. We've talked about the physical aspect, so let's move into the emotional aspect.
All right.
Does your emotions comes into play when you want to derive sexual satisfaction?
Of course.
That's a very
When you say, of course. Wait, I have a reason why I asked this.
Okay,
question, because
Do you want to
I go
drag
and
me?
pick girls on the road. Ashawo, Olosho, hook up, and all that. When you
No
go pick them,
shades.
no shades to them. I respect your hustle. I like the hustle you do. I'm not shady.
You like the
You like-
hustle.
I like. Not me say I won't do one. I like. I don't. I. You are.
It's okay.
Moving on. Moving on. So when you go pick up a hookup girl, yeah, your emotions does not play. You just want to come and go. Like you just want to release and move. So if you say your emotions comes into play every time you have sexual satisfaction, what of those that do hookup? Please educate us.
All right, men are moved by what they see mostly, and so your sights can trigger some temporary emotions.
Yeah.
A guy can be in
That
love,
answers everything.
you know, with the Olosho that he's gonna have sex with, and then forget about her in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
and she's gone. For a guy, it's easy, and from some women are like that too. Surprisingly, they might have this wonderful night, evening with a guy, and that night they have the best night with the guy, and it's all, and she's into it that night, and then by morning she just doesn't want him to text her anymore. That's done.
All right. So
Yeah,
the beginning of that conversation, what we need to understand, like, listen, I'm about to put you guys on.
I can see it on
I'm
your
about
face.
to put you guys
Please,
on.
I can't
Because I want to
wait.
learn.
The thing is, sex or intercourse for people is different things. To some people, it is an exercise. To some people, it is a stress relieving mechanism. To some people, it's just, I'm bored. Like sex can be different things to
To
different
different
people.
people.
At different times.
Let's start at different times.
Yeah.
Let's start there.
You guys are agreeing now. Good.
Happy.
I see.
Finally.
I see.
The friendship
Nice.
is growing.
Nice to finally
So,
meet you.
so let's start there. Now, when it comes to emotion, I said something recently when I was on the show with you, of course, that it's a lot more satisfying when the two people in this sexual relation are burning for each other. It's a lot more satisfying.
I agree.
You create memories. Your brain automatically saves up whatever it is
And that is the
must have happened,
that is the best.
and that is the best. Let's be honest.
Thank you.
Yes, like I said, I'm sorry, no shade to you, man.
Yeah, please.
A lot of men, and I don't care if you guys want to drag
Shades to you people.
me, go ahead.
Shades.
By all means.
Shades.
A lot of men, they don't really care about your emotions as a lady. They just wanna fuck.
Come. I
Yeah.
don't know.
They just wanna put it somewhere and just release. That's it.
I'm gonna leave the best.
A lot of them. A lot of them.
What?
I've seen men talk. I'm so
Wait.
sorry. I'm so sorry. I've seen men talk about the fact that it's just to quickly just be alright. Whatever that means.
There's a man here.
Neglecting the fact that a woman, Olosho, hookup girl, whatever, a woman can never ever have sexual relation and not somehow catching feelings. That's how we are wired. When that customer leaves, she's going to be like, and he turned me well, and he raised my leg well.
Men are
There
like
is
that
no
too now.
way you
And now we'll go back to our friends like, that girl's ass was really big or something.
It's for conquest purposes.
Okay.
That conversation is for conquest purposes. Oh, if you see the way where I give her
Like,
back to back, I
remember
turn her
me for
upside
life.
down, tie her to the ceiling, blah blah blah,
Somersaults,
so that
everything.
your guy friends
Go hill.
say, "Oh,
Even when they did not
it.
do it too. Some of them did not do it. They just come and just
Exaggeration.
Well, some of us do.
And that
They
is
live
why
in
a
their
lot
head.
of people, they are walking about with decent sizes and they don't freaking know how to use it.
yeah.
And it's so sad.
Why are you looking
I
at
am
me?
not going to get in bed with a man. No, wait, hold on. So I'm supposed to like be with you on bed and then we enjoy ourselves, and at the end of the day, I don't want that situation where after everything you now disappear and I'm left with memories. Sorry, no, I don't want that.
What do you want?
I want a relationship. Thank you. So I'm coming from this point, right? We've talked about meeting a girl for the first time and then having these conversations. What about those that are already dating?
Okay.
Like say a 1 year, 2 year relationship.
And
And yet this conversation has not come up. And then
Why
so I
now?
like being We are in
What are you
Nigeria.
not having?
What is it? No. Let's be frank. Let's be frank to ourselves. Let's be frank to ourselves, right? We are in Nigeria. We are Nigerians. We are Africans. As much as a few of us are enlightened enough to want to have the conversation, or to have, I have the conversation, right? But how many of them actually truthfully have the conversation with in their relationship, not hook up?
Social responsibility.
You are doing social responsibility. That's social. It's not inside the relationship.
Now, okay,
You should have the conversation. I can, you can. But what about those that cannot have it? Why can't they don't understand that this is the reason why?
That is why. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. That is why you would see a lot of, I'm so sorry to use the word, a lot of foolish girls in relationship on their foolish journey to birth a foolish marriage.
But the problem is they are not okay. Now let's go to sex education. This sex education that is not even done.
I'm waiting to comment, but please go on.
You know, from this you said now, it's a lot. There are some guys also that tell you, I don't. This happens in your guys' circle, except you want to lie about it.
Okay.
There are some guys that will tell you, oh, that girl, I don't really enjoy that baby. I was thinking about somebody else for me to come.
That's another thing.
That's like another angle.
And these are the men that won't have that conversation initially. How do you like it? Do you like foreplay? Do you like to be tied to the ceiling?
But you're saying that you're putting this on the men. Hang on. A lady should teach him, like a man that's been with a lady that maybe he tried foreplay and everything. She said, "Oh, I'm not, just do what you want to do and go and everything." This guy is with another girl. You're the one. You also not just. I'm not putting it on the ladies now. It goes both ways.
Yes,
the lady should be able to teach or tell the man, okay, this is what I like. This is how I like it.
But she said they don't like to have that conversation.
Exactly. And then you started by saying this man, men, that
it's
man.
It's social
this.
responsibility. If somebody is behaving like a goat,
everybody owes it to each other.
Relationship is not a social life.
Exactly. You see, we're not talking about relationship. We're talking about sexual satisfaction. So you don't have to have a relationship to have sex with someone.
I was asking to have those in relationship that don't have
as well, right?
What about those in relationships that actually have?
Okay, now it's been a year. You guys are dating. These guys have been dating. It's like sometimes people weigh things a lot. You know, you're with this sweet lady. She's funny and intelligent, right? And she makes you happy. And then when you guys start having sex, you don't really feel it much. And then you're like, you don't want to lose the rest, what you have with her. You don't want to lose that, and you feel like bringing up that conversation will cause a break, and then that will be that. Now people need to learn. I'm agreeing with you, shockingly, but not agreeing with you.
I love this friendship.
This is good.
Yeah. Now people should learn to say what they mean and mean what they say, and then know what they want, and then follow that what they want religiously.
Operative word is know what they want.
Yes, know what they want. So now you know that, okay, you've met this lady and she's 80% of, or let's say 70%, and then the sexual satisfaction is not there. Eventually, something will happen. You would need to find that satisfaction elsewhere. You understand? So it's not fair to the lady that you're keeping her because of what's good or what you like.
I'm saying all
you
of
understand?
This would have been
Now,
avoided.
I agree with you. We're talking about a hypothetical situation whereby they've been dating for a year.
Yeah.
And then they've not had that.
No, because I've come across people that say that.
Me too.
They are saying it with their friends, but they're not telling their partners.
There are even people who are
saying it with their friends, and they've not had it with their partners. And I'm wondering why you coming here to say it. Have you talked to the person?
No. Who are married, and it's not there. That sexual compatibility is not there.
Do they ask? Do the couples now, not in relationship or anything, do they actually after sex ask their partners, were you satisfied? What?
I mean,
your reaction is why? No. This is not about marriage now. This is not about marriage. This is generally now. After having sex, do they ask each other, were you satisfied?
Sometimes, yes.
No.
But it's not everyone that does it. I do.
A lot of
You've never asked me before.
Oh, you do?
No, we've never had sex. You want to have sex?
What is going on?
He's married. No.
I was about to say that.
I'm a Brimo. I can have like 10 wives. Jesus.
I was about to
We'll talk about it later. Yeah.
I was about to say that, when it comes to marriage and sexual satisfaction, is a whole
Different
different secretive
Jesus Christ.
ball game.
It
Wow,
is.
The lie makes it work.
Yes.
The lie makes it work.
Married people lie to themselves a lot
Why?
when it
How?
comes to sexual satisfaction. Now, I was recently pondering on something. You meet someone, you fall in love. It's all good.
Oh, la, la.
He gets you giddy.
Chugu, chugu, chugu.
She gives you butterfly in your belly, right? You get married, you live happily ever after. Baby came. Hold on. Baby came and then happily became happy.
After.
Oh,
Happily became happy. And then another baby came or other responsibilities. Like baby
House rent.
baby has grown up, you have to pay school fees.
Oh, shit.
Happy becomes hap. And it keeps going down like that.
Until happily finishes.
But not to take away from the fact that there are actually
Happy marriages.
happy marriages, right?
Yeah.
I'm not scaring anybody from getting married. Marriage is sweet if you have the right partner. But
Keyword.
that partner
Keyword.
that makes you giddy, gives you butterflies, I can guarantee you that 5 years, 6 years down the line, what made you fall in love with that person will vanish.
All
What
right.
next?
This what she
And
said.
then you start asking yourself,
This
What
the
on
hell?
earth am I doing? What the heck is going on?
No, let me
what made you fall in love?
the way brother Shaggy was it. Let me buttress your point. Let me buttress your point. Now the thing is, she's absolutely right.
wow.
Yes, absolutely. Like what she said, happily. When the happy comes after. Marriage is not, again, marriage, I keep saying that too. I can't say it enough. Marriage is not a prerequisite for happiness.
Yeah.
True.
You have to know how to be happy first. Right.
For yourself.
So I won't stay long on this because it's not the main topic,
yeah.
right? So marriage is not what's going to make you happy. Marriage is not going to make you fulfilled.
Yes.
You have to have it in you, first of all. If it didn't day,
You
it didn't day, right?
Yeah.
So, but unfortunately, we have a large percentage of marriages of people who went into marriage with different, notions and expectations. So that one is aside. So it will affect everything else, the sex. But if you are lucky enough to marry your own person, someone that both of you are in sync, when all these challenges will come, school fees, rent, it will come, and you guys will face it together in a way whereby you face it happily ever after.
Together.
Happily
You
together.
will sit down together like, how are we going to do this? So school fees is, and you can open your mouth and say, look, even with all this, say you will come to the bedroom. Let's come first. Then we'll continue talking about it in the morning. That's your own person. You guys will have that. But when those challenges come, they will start reminding you of all the reasons why you hate this motherfucker. Like, why am I here with you?
Like
That is when and they'll look at the person like, you derailed my. I've heard that a lot.
Yeah.
Wife saying,
And my life was going like this.
my life was
derailed
going
it.
like you derailed my life.
That sounds like
That's like new English. The moral
That
English.
sounds like someone who didn't know who they were. Before.
It's not even about. It's not even about that.
That.
Sometimes just pray you don't meet the wrong kind of human being.
But
right?
then again, life
also
can
pray that
happen.
you are
So-
not the wrong kind of human being. So just like as someone is accusing partner A of derailing their life's journey, partner, it might be you that's derailing that person's
Life's
life.
journey.
Just find your person. That's all.
So would you now say, because I mean, let's bring it home to the same sexual satisfaction that we're talking about. Would you say, because I don't know, I've heard that with age comes a lot of sexual desires. I don't know how that
For
works.
women.
For women, it
Yes.
happens for men. Does
For
it happen
men?
for men? Because I don't know. I think I heard the higher you go in age, the higher your sexual.
For
women
women,
or for men?
for women,
I
for
don't know.
women,
I just heard it. So,
for women,
yeah.
it is actually true. In fact, a funny story. There was a time that I was always running after my husband, and he'll be like, "Woman, please, just
Leave me alone.
please." I just want to
Stay thee away from me.
stay thee away from me.
Far away.
And it got to me at some point because I felt like, oh, does this man not want me like this anymore?
Emotional, yeah.
You know, so, but he called my attention to something. Oh, it could be that, you know, your age is why you are like this. And then I had to do like some sort of research. And then I found out that the more you go as a woman, the higher your sex drive. Let's say from as you're approaching your 40s, as you're approaching your 40s, your sex drive is
Skyrockets.
through the roof.
Oh wow!
And-
Let me buckle my belt.
and if you're not careful, you just go and spread your tentacles, you know. But yeah, I've heard that. But for men, what I've heard is that as they grow, their libido reduces.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
It's
I'm not a guy, so
yes, do they debunk that?
She's right. She's generally speaking. But for the woman, it's just temporary, because mentally she feels like, oh, I'm not as sexy as I used to be. Then she wants to just, make up for some things, and then this menopause will soon start knocking, blah blah blah. It's all there in the back of their head. And that's what drives that desire. Apart from that, she feels like she's more mature now. That sense of judgment is gone. So, some women still judge themselves.
Some people still
when
judge
they're-
themselves.
Yes,
I
but
mean, a 40-something-year-old something, I should now be bending down.
Let me look.
You
for,
understand?
Let me
So-
look for trouble. Let me look for trouble now. This one, all shades to everybody that want to collect shit. I don't care. There is a particular tribe in Delta State that if the ladies in their 40s, 45, 50s, excuse me, if you know that you drank shepe and your head is sparking, please avoid them. Because the minute you say ma, they're coming for you.
Yeah,
They tell
Like,
you,
in
they call
Delta
them
State?
auntie.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a tribe. They call
Oh,
them.
okay, you
You
can't,
call them auntie. And if you call them ma,
like,
maybe you meet
good
a
morning, ma.
50-year-old from the tribe now,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and you now say good morning ma. In your innocence, it's not how you start the conversation. You are ending it. Trust me.
Like-
It's God that will help you if you don't collect.
Really?
Collect what?
Like they some can even slap.
really?
It's an
No.
insult. I am auntie.
I'm not
You
old.
don't like it's a thing with them.
Well,
And it's like the more they go higher, the more, and then you see most of them going around with smaller guys. And I just realized that what you said might actually be the reason for this. Most of them are divorced. They hardly stay, especially when you get to that kind of age. They are divorced. They have these young boys around them. But one thing I know is I have encountered them so much that when you see them, good morning, ma.
The way they look at you.
I be your mama. I be your grandmama. Or you now mistakenly say, mama, give me.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
I be your mama. Me when you see auntie.
And so that's honestly that is a factor.
As in they dress.
Yes, that is a
So now
factor
I now
because-
realize that.
Yes.
So that is why.
Yeah, it's there.
like
Like
that for
the
women
time,
too,
it's like you start feeling more anxious, especially if a bomb wants to go off, and you see like maybe 2 hours on that bomb. You still feel, even when you're watching a movie,
Let's call it.
you still feel calm. Like, oh, these people still have time to escape. So they're packing their things, they're moving. But when it's like they have like maybe 30 seconds left and it's doing boom, boom everywhere, hey, oh my God. That's what happens. That is what I think. It's
But
part of it,
It's true, and I think it's for all women.
So they want
because-
to get have as much sex as they can now, like have that experience because they feel like later I won't enjoy it as much as this. For a man, you can still have sex and enjoy it till you're
Till you're
90.
100.
If
And even have
Yes.
children.
sex
And
after
still have-
menopause, we should look into that.
I think we should look into that as a conversation.
But
That
there's
would be
one thing. There's
interesting.
one thing before any other thing. I don't know. I just have this mindset that
the,
I think a way for people to actually understand their sizes should be sex education or sexual education. I remember growing up, I loved doing research, and that's how I bumped into the Kama Sutra video. But then I saw that they had this how to make love, not sex, how to make love and satisfy a woman. There are videos about that. And I was watching them because I wanted to learn. It was educative. It was nothing porn or anything. So I think if our culture, if we can start teaching young ones about their body, not even about having sex, but about knowing and understanding their biology. I mean, for God's sake, the same biology textbooks that we were using, that my father used, is what we are still using now, and life has changed.
I think they should
start teaching people, even if it's in churches, in schools, teach them their body.
No, she's not wrong, but I'll say this. Yes, it's even better in church than.
But they won't do it. That's my point. They won't do it.
No, see, sex is actually
understand all this.
See,
okay,
honestly,
am I this kind of person?
Honestly, yes.
You don't let me come
I agree.
to another place to
I agree
learn
with
the bad
you.
way.
Yes, I agree with you totally. The way they make sex sound, you understand, and then
It's a sin.
you understand, but
A bad thing.
and sex is like this beautiful thing.
Oh my goodness.
You understand?
Tell
It's
me
this
about it.
beautiful thing. If that is where if you do it with the right person, like someone that we talked about, when you make love with someone or you have sex with someone that you guys have this emotional bond.
Yeah,
That's making
Oh
love.
my
that's
goodness.
making love actually, not
Not
having
having
sex.
Yeah,
sex.
people who have emotional bond can also have sex and be
You
satisfied.
don't have to do your
Don't
math like
stress
that
me.
anyway. But then,
Right? But if people have like this sexual education and then you want to have sex, so even that time it now turns to, there are some guys that would have sex with a lady and she just won't be able to stay away from the guy because he knows how to
He knows his
handle
craft.
a woman's body.
And
Right?
it's also going to help us in having the conversation. Like you said, it's going to now help us get comfortable with having that conversation after sex or before sex. The conversation can come up and flow naturally. Because
I'm
if
gonna have to
it's not if it's not happening or we're not taught, there will be a problem.
I'm just going to say that every woman should read Every Woman.
Ooh, yeah.
There is a book called Every
Every
Woman.
Woman.
In fact, I did not know how to calculate the menstrual cycle
Oh, let's not go
until
there.
like
Let's not
2
go there.
years or 3 years ago, thereabouts.
I just
And
learned something last year.
it's so sad. And it's so sad. So I would second her.
Yeah.
Women
Let's-
are always getting everything. There's no book
let's-
like every
let's-
man.
Let's
It's just
have
rich dad, poor dad.
let's have an avenue. Oh, I see what you
I
did
see what you did
there. But let's have an avenue where young girls can be taught about their bodies, the size of your breast, your shape.
Yeah.
There
Breast.
is
Hallelujah.
pear, there is apple, there is hourglass, there is square.
The vagina has
Yeah.
all this.
There's pineapple.
The vagina is the same thing.
I know.
So they should be taught these
All these
things.
things,
There's groundnut, sha.
About your sexual health, they should be taught.
There
about
is.
the way you look, the shape of
Fine
your
peanuts.
face, the kind of lipstick or lip gloss that
Kind of
fits
clothes
your
that fit your
skin.
body
Yeah.
shape.
Yeah.
The kind of clothes that, like, till now, before I put on any dress, I'm on Google. I am on Google. Knowing how to combine colors,
That's another job
if
description.
you are the one that wears makeup and all of that, they tell you.
I think you should write a book about it.
Yeah,
Come
exactly.
on.
Write a book
Exactly.
about it. So aside all these things you mentioned, does anybody want to say anything else before we close? Any other advice, any tips on how to, attain sexual satisfaction?
Research.
Aside research, aside communication, what else?
If you don't research, what else do you want to know? Research, and research.
Yes,
Read
Tanya,
and
you're going to say
research.
something
Simple.
here.
Yes, know that there are different sizes and all sizes work great, provided the person that has them knows how to use them.
Oh, so you're trying to say all
Wise
sizes
words.
matter.
All
It
sizes
boils down to
matter.
read and research too.
Wise
All
words.
sizes matter, please. All sizes matter.
Wow. Well.
How kind.
Wow, I hope that you've learned a lot from all we've had to say. I
I
want to say a
haven't.
big Jide, don't do that. I want to say a big thank you to you, Jide. Thank you so much for
You're
being my
welcome.
crush and for, crushing the conversation down as my
Kim
crush.
I mean,
Come
the
on,
keyword is
Come
crush.
on.
Come on.
Thank you so much,
Crush is good.
Tayo,
Crush is
for
good.
being beautiful as always, and
a
also
pleasure.
educated.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you so much, Agogo, for putting fire, dragging people,
Honestly.
and also educating.
Khaleesi, Dragon Lady. Good.
Thank you so much. This has been insightful. Do follow the conversation on all our social media platforms at iRevel Studios and the Red Room Dialogue. Do not forget to also tell a friend about us, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We want to say a big thank you for sticking with us and for learning one or two things. For now, we say stay blessed, research, and stay connected. Bye.
In for a beautiful ride in the red room. All your doubts you feel, we cater to. We dot all the I's, cross all the T's. That's what we here to do. Yeah, we'll take you on a journey. Everybody, let's go. You better speak your mind. Come out.